want to cover a couple of things here. First, I'm going to talk about a serious accident that had injured a child here in Phoenix. They've been talking about on the news. The first thing I want to talk about is Dr. Andrea O'Connor. Now, her YouTube channel, that's the name of her YouTube channel. She does medical stuff and she does paranormal stuff. Also because she's a doctor and she's witnessed different paranormal, witnessed and interviewed other medical staff from hospitals and doctors' offices that have witnessed paranormal events. And if you're interested, watch her channel because it's certainly very good. I enjoy watching it. But, I've had stuff moved by ghosts. I had my cell phone placed in a place I would not have put it. I mean, that's maybe a couple of years ago, and I had an envelope. I've covered this here too, but I had an envelope. I kept in my pickup. It was for about a cash, like $500-600. I'd kept it hidden in a place where I pick up, and it disappeared. First thing I thought was somebody stole it, but nobody would bother putting everything back. I had to cover it on top of it, and I told the ghost. This is about 2 years ago, but anyway, I told the ghost, I want my money back. And with a short time later, I found it. It was pretty much right where I normally keep it. Which I swear on any Bible that this is a true story. You talk about, and I've had equipment, that did some weird stuff. That I can't swear to the ghost. And I've had electronic voltmeters, where they wouldn't work. When I tried to use them, they would work later. I can't swear at the ghost, but it's certainly very interesting. You talk about, Ouija boards being evil and all that. I've got one here. A friend of mine, found one for me. He got it at a Goodwill store. I haven't really messed with it. Just I unwrapped it today. He gave it to me. Just messed with it. I haven't to take it out since then. I don't consider them evil. I just consider them a piece of painted cardboard. I don't know if they even work or not. I don't know if I believe in them. But I might get to another story on that in a second. But now the guy that has the Paranormal Files channel, YouTube channel, Colin Brown. A year, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. He had interviewed a guy that had a museum, a Ouija board, spirit board museum, and Colin had asked him, "What do you think about him?" The guy said pretty much the same thing, that he didn't have any unusual experiences. He'd had maybe hundreds of them. He'd showed some of them. He'd had some of them on display, and he had, I guess, a bunch of the more common ones. He just kept packed away. But I think to him also, just painted cardboard didn't nothing evil about him. But, I saw one years and years ago. It was in a self-service auto wrecking yard. They'll usually have a little office there where you pay. The self-service auto wrecking yards, you will find the car you want. Let's say you need a tire, a carburetor, an alternator or whatever. You go back, take your tools in there, take it off yourself, go back, pay for it. But this Ouija board was in there, and I was tempted to buy it. But I said, this is bound to have come in there in a wrecked car. And I'm not sure if I would want a Ouija board within a red car, because who knows what's attached with it. But maybe I do believe it. I don't know. But I don't know. But the second thing I want to comment on, there was a child. This happened earlier today. It's been on the news quite a bit the past hour or so. But there's a resort in Phoenix, Phoenix Biltmore, a very high end, very expensive, wintertime resort, and now they have these concrete statues. Now I've been past the Biltmore, but I've never actually been on there because it's a very expensive resort, and I just don't hang out in places like that. But there was a kid that a statue had fallen on. If I had to get, one of the reporters was saying these are just concrete structures that are hundreds of pounds, and they're not really secured. And I definitely see a lawsuit coming out of that. But if I had to guess, I'd say the kid was probably playing on the statue and accidentally knocked it over, not knowing the danger of this statue. And I'm thinking one of several things is going to happen. They're probably temporarily going to fence these statues out, fence around them where the kids can't get in there. I'm guessing the kid, now, I'm not going to blame the kid because the kid, the kid's being a kid. Kids can play with stuff. That's what they do. That's what I did as a kid. I'd play with stuff. But, fortunately for me, these statues like this weren't around. But I don't know if I can blame the parents. I'm going to more blame the resort. If these statues weren't secured and if a kid playing with them could knock one over, that's the fault of the resort for not, not warning parents to say, hey, don't have your kids playing on these statues, because the parents are going to assume that they're out there, they're safe for the kids to play around. But I feel sorry for the kid. Very tragic event. But I'm going to blame the resort on that. But that's from speculation. That's not from really knowing how these statues are constructed and stuff, because I've never actually seen them. But anyway, love y'all. Bye bye.